Hey guys, how's it going? Kulprit here, and today I wanted to do a really first impressions video. A lot of you guys expressed a little disappointment when I said I wasn't going to be doing any kind of impressions or review video until Monday. So basically I want to try and get something for those of you that are trying to decide to buy, but I want to be very clear here. This is raw impressions. I have played about 3 hours, not much. That's why I'm kind of calling it my first date. Just kind of got a feel for it, check some things out. I'm not really sure if this is going to be a long-term relationship still or not, but I'm going to give you some feedback as best I can, and I'm going to try and make this quick. But just understand this is very rough. I haven't gotten very in-depth. I've only played TDM. I was basically setting up my settings and hotkeys and things like that, just checking things out, dipping my toes in the water, so to speak. I'm going to give you some good, some bad, some ugly, just a real rough, real quick little initial first impressions. So here we go. We're going to get right into it. The good. The game runs very smoothly. I'm very happy with that. After I played it on console and beta, didn't enjoy that at all. It's very clunky, very slow. Turns out my hope was correct that that's just me on console. I'm just not used to it anymore. The PC is much snappier. It's much smooth. There were little bits of lag, but I got the impression it was more of a server lag thing, which is completely expectable on a launch day. Very encouraged by the smoothness of the game, the aiming and the snapping around. Very quick. I just kind of have to learn the sensitivity. And I was playing on just about, ultra settings and getting, you hear that horn? I was playing on ultra settings and getting that too as well. So FPS seems to be more friendly on this than it did on Battlefield 3. The game is very tactical. It may look fast in videos. You may think it's, everybody's comparing it to Call of Duty. It'll be fast. It's not. It's very cover to cover. You have to move strategically, tactically, leapfrog each other, so to speak, with your fire team buddy. Now, some of you might actually put this down in the bad category. I enjoy it. I told you guys I'm not looking for a Battlefield 3 clone. I'm not even looking for a Call of Duty clone. I like the fact that it differentiates itself that way. The firefights are very fast, but it's not necessarily a fast shooter. You have to kind of move slowly, plan your movements, cover your ground, clear corners, and it's very tactical and strategic in that way. Furthering that point, teamwork wins. That's the bottom line. You have to have a fire team buddy, or you are literally tying one hand behind your back. For those of you who don't know yet, I'm sure a lot of you watch videos, your fire team buddy can heal you, he can resupply you, you can spawn on him. Obviously, if you get killed, if he immediately kills the guy who killed you, you can you're up again really fast. It's so important to have a competent fire team buddy on comms, and I'm going to get a little more into that on the bad side, because there is a flip side to that. Round out the good side, I like the flavor. I like the overall core of the game. So that there's not going to be as many points, but these are big main points. Very smooth, very tactical, cover to cover, how the game plays, and teamwork. These are things I love. You guys know that. Strategy, tactics, teamwork. It's what I'm built on as far as gaming. I'm encouraged by that. I'm enjoying that a great deal. Now the bad. You die very fast, or at least it seems to me. I feel like I get killed every time by a headshot. I feel like if you do not shoot first, you die. I mean, it's that simple. I really hope they kind of turn it down a little bit. You don't really have time to react. Like I said, if you don't get that first bullet on, or if you get the first bullet and miss it, you're in trouble. In my opinion, they need to dial it back. I seem to have a hard time killing people, yet I feel like I get killed very quickly. Again, I played 3 hours of this game, so I could be way off. And a month from now, I could have the feeling down and be fine. But my initial reaction is to die super fast. Another bad is the flip side of that. You have to have a fire team buddy, and the problem with that is if you don't have one already set up, they're very hard to do. Like, you can't switch fire teams in the match or in the lobby. It's silly, to be honest with you. New guys have to join on you in essence, so you can't look and see like, oh, the guy at the top of the scoreboard, he lost his fire team buddy, I lost mine, maybe I'll group up with him. No, you can't do that. So it's very clunky in that regard. It's very silly. They need to fix that. You should be able to. I understand why they don't want you, fire team hopping. I get it, but they need to facilitate some way for us to fire team up. I played about 10, 15 matches or so. The live com match I posted up earlier is the only time I actually got buddied up with a 008 guy with Nova. But I was playing with 4, 5, 6 guys from 008 on that lobby, and it just seemed to randomly put me in different fire teams. That's a little frustrating, as that's a really core component of the game. I did see other guys that were fire teamed up, and they seem to be fairly consistent. So maybe I'm just not doing something right. Maybe I haven't figured out how to manipulate the group system yet. I hope that's the case, and I'll keep you posted on that. But you must be in a fire team with someone you are in comms with that is competent, that can help you. Two play as one. I can't stress that enough. If you're two guys playing seriously together, you will dominate. The maps are very restricted. They don't have the open sandbox feel like Battlefield. These are definitely more towards Call of Duty. I don't like that. I don't enjoy that. I've been spoiled with the Battlefield 3 maps. Even the restricted maps in Battlefield 3, think Sen Crossing, Grand Bazaar, Metro, they still feel more free and open than these maps. They're very choke pointy. I mean, I feel like I'm a rat fighting in a maze, pretty much. But I mean, I'm familiar with that with Call of Duty. It's not necessarily a knock. I just don't personally enjoy that as much as I do the Battlefield 3 style. Hipfire is very rough. It's damn near useless. I'm hoping as I go on, I can get some attachments, as in Battlefield 3, you get the laser dot sight, whatever you want to call it, that increases hipfire. Otherwise, hipfire gets you killed. And as you guys know, I worked very hard to incorporate hipfire into my game. I lean on it quite heavily these days, and I'm now having to train myself not to use it in this game because it'll get you killed. It's not very effective at all. There's very little environment destruction, which I'm kind of saddened by because we know the engine has it. I'm not looking for buildings necessarily to come down, but like you've seen me here just in this little part of the clip where I'm shooting this little stone wall. I'd love to see that stone wall disintegrate. You know, things like that. I've seen guys shooting through fences, the fence doesn't disintegrate. That's just unfortunate to me. We know the engine has the capability to do it. I'd really like to see it, and in this day and age in a shooter, that should be occurring, in my opinion. Spawns need work. I only played TDM, but I'm pretty up on, like right here, that should disintegrate a lot more. The spawns need work. They're better than beta. They did improve them, but as far as I understand, in the objective modes, it's very easy to trap people. These maps, like I said, are kind of maze-like. If you look at them from a a macro point of view, they're really just mazes. I mean, they're decorated as stone walls and jungles and things like that, but they're mazes. They're corridors. They're choke points. It's very easy to trap people. That's unfortunate. That's going to need some reworking, some balancing, but that's a fairly typical issue these days with shooters, unfortunately. That about wraps up. Those are all more minor points as far as negatives. As you can see, the things I enjoy are the core concepts of the game, which is great. The things I'm kind of nitpicking about are just that. They're things that can absolutely be fixed, and I really hope they do. The ugly. Everybody's been saying this. The menus. The menus just, they're counterintuitive. They make no sense. They're very hard. But you know what? If you're gonna mess something up entirely in a game, sure, make it the menus that I can play with outside of the game. They don't affect my game's experience. So I'm not crazy angry about that because it's gonna take a long time to figure things out. It took me forever to figure out how to turn the voice op off because for some reason they left just open mic standard. I don't know why they didn't make push to talk standard, or default I should say, but they didn't, and it took me a long time to figure out how to turn it off. You had to hit tab in a certain menu. It's just not intuitive at all. Whoever designed this, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. And the second part, it's a console port. I mean, they said it wasn't. It clearly is. I mean, they have a checkbox for aim assist. They have, a controller stuff. It's clearly a port from the console. I'm not that upset about this, but it's just kind of annoying. As far as I know, there's really no field of view adjustment. These are things that should be default features for a PC game. They're not there. So I have issues with that, and I said that's ugly just because to me that's lazy. It's just lack of effort, frankly. But I mean, like I've said, so far my feeling is good on this game. I'm enjoying it. I know some people, there's a lot of mixed reviews, mixed on Twitter and everything. I'm enjoying it. I haven't gotten very deeply yet. The frustration hasn't bubbled over yet. I'm going to dive more and more into it. I'm going to get you with that full and comprehensive review coming. My initial reaction is this game is going to go as far as it is supported. If it follows the Battlefield 3 model of 3-4 months for a patch, this game will die. This game needs to be supported. It needs to be rapidly shown that there's going to be support. If it is supported, it could be a great game. It can be a lot of fun. And as an additional game to Battlefield 3 or whatever your main game may be. But time will tell, guys. But there you go. There's a quick little rundown, quick little first date impressions. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to be a long-term relationship for me just yet. I'm looking to get those answers, hopefully over the weekend for you guys. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I appreciate you listening. And if you listen this far, I'd appreciate you hitting the like. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks a lot. Take care, guys.